Okay, everybody, how y'all doing? We're gonna do another topic today in Excel. Namely, we're gonna talk about how to group data together and get summary data out of that. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look at this list here. We have customers from a bunch of different cities: Hilo, Waimea, Kia'au. Maybe we'd want to count all the customers in Hilo as opposed to all the customers in Kailua Kona and all the other cities that are listed here. We'd want to count categorically of all the customers in those particular towns. Okay. In order to do that, let's say we want to do that, we're going to have to impose a sort. First of all, we have to sort by the city if we're going to count the customers by city. Okay? So, if we want to do a sort, we highlight our data, as we customarily do, and you go to Data and Sort, and we want to sort by customer ID. No, we want to sort by what? City, right? Okay, so we're going to sort on that from A to Z. All right, we've done our sort. Now we want to impose a filter. I'm sorry, we don't want to impose a filter. What we want to do is we want to get a subtotal. And that is also under the data ribbon. So where are my subtotals at? Here we go. Now this dialog box is going to pop up. Now at each change in customer ID. No, we want to do this at each change in city. Notice that we sorted them. Hilo comes first, all the others come after it in the alphabet apparently. And this is why we have to sort it, because this dialog box asks for whenever you want a summary report, and that's at each change in city. So that's why they have to be sorted by city. If you don't, every time the city changes, you're going to get a summary count. Use the function count based on what value? Let's say city. Okay, now there's a couple other boxes down under here. Replace the current subtotals. Well, we haven't done any subtotals yet, so it wouldn't matter if I hit that or not. And put the summary below the data. Yes, both of those are on. Okay, now take a look at what's happened here. If I go down here to the bottom where Hilo is, it says the Hilo count, 57. 57 occurrences of Hilo, 16 of Kailua Kona. There we go. We have our summary data for under each city. And at the very end, we have a grand total of 97. Okay, that's what the summary data at the bottom in that checkbox was referring to. The next thing we want to do is we want an average credit limit by city. Okay, so we want to repeat this, but on a different data item, on credit limit specifically. Okay, so go back here to subtotals, under the data ribbon, at each change in city. Yes, use the function not count this time, but average. What are we taking the average of? The credit limit. Now this is very important. Where it says replace current subtotals, now it does matter. We have calculated a subtotal already, and we don't want this to replace it. We want this to appear in addition to it. So make sure you switch this off. If you're doing multiple activities like this, you need to switch that off for anything after the first one. All right, click OK. Now let's roll on down here. Here's the Hilo count. and right above it the Hilo average, and apparently that's the average credit limit of Hilo. Scroll on down, you get your average credit limit for all of these cities, and at the very end a grand average at the end, which is somewhere near $1,000. Okay, now I want you to look over here. These appeared when we started making this summary data. It's been inserting these new rows here, and we have the ability with these to collapse them. Okay, I can collapse each one of these individually or expand them. However the assignment asks you to do this collapsing, you can collapse them on any level till actually you can collapse it all the way down, and the only thing you're left with are these grand totals, grand count and grand averages. Okay, so that's how we get our summary data. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in another video. We'll be talking about pivot tables and